Okay, Scorpio. Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading that is also timeless. It is I, Matt. Hi, how's it going? Scorpio, you are first up today on Water Wednesdays. Yes, I'm kicking it off with you. Thank you for being here, and if you're returning, thanks for coming back. I don't think I've ever read for you first, so you're going to notice that I'm ridiculous. I'll probably stumble over my words and yada, 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 yada. Mercury retrograde is literally starting now. It's been coming for a while. It's been building for a while, and these things always jack me up. However, fun experiment this time, even though I literally just said it to you. Let's try to ignore it and see what happens. I don't know, friends. Anyway, let's get right into it. I have several decks out today. I decided that rather than kind of deciding ahead of time what I was going to do, I'm going to sort of feel it out a little bit here. I have my Starman Tarot, which is a David Bowie inspired deck. So if you're a David Bowie fan, which you're a Scorpio, right, we're going to look at that one, I promise. We've got the Rider-Waite here. We've got the Hermetic Tarot here. I have the Cosmic Tarot here. I have the Tarot of Curious Creatures here, and I also have a traditional Lenormand deck with the clover on the bottom. Isn't that lucky? It is. So we might do a little Lenormand at the end like I did last week, although I have a traditional deck this time, so I'm going to try to play by the rules of said Lenormand. I think with that, Scorpio, let's get right into it. We are going to use the Starman to kick it off because you're a Scorpio. I have never met a Scorpio that doesn't like David Bowie. And if you're one of them, maybe you'll like the deck anyway. It's not like he's... I think he's got a couple of appearances, but for the most part, it's not exactly... It's going to be up your alley, okay? All right, so kicking it off here, we've got the Prince of Swords. It's a very alien world, very... I've never had any DMT, but the way they describe DMT, it's got a lot of psychedelic imagery that feels very much like looking under the board, you know, the wiring under the board. So we have the Prince of Swords here. We've got the Devil. Ooh, look at that. Okay, got the Devil. And we have the Five of Cups. Wow. Okay. Boy, these cups, there are 3 spilled here, 2 upright. We have the 3 that are spilled that appear to be spilling blood, and the 2 that are upright have fire in them. Passion. This has been an interesting situation for some of you, Scorpio. Let's see, underlying the deck here is the Ace of Wands. Yeah, the fire that is in those 2 cups. It's the Ace of Wands. Right? Okay. So the flyover in this is pretty cut and dry, I think, Scorpio. It looks like there was very swift action taken, potentially about something you're very passionate about, and there's been some setbacks. I think there was some collateral damage to this with this 5 of Cups. It's like definitely something went on there. The Devil, of course, is Capricorn's card. It could have involved a Capricorn, but it's also kind of like this... It's a clinging energy. It's a persistent energy. It's something that you can think of it like addictions or whatever, but it has a tendency to subjugate you. Like it really wants to hold fast. Also is a appeal to the carnal world versus the spiritual world. In other words, that your material, you know, your food, your drink, your love, you know, your sex, your wealth, all of that stuff, emphasizing that and prioritizing that over the spiritual. Okay. So this is these 2 energies are pretty opposing. The Knight of Swords, yes, it's the Prince. The Prince is the Knight. The Prince of Swords is a very swift moving, gung-ho kind of energy. The Devil is kind of a fixed, it's a holding energy, a binding energy. Although what could have driven that forward motion was actually a fixation on maybe a person, it would appear, with this Five of Cups. Perhaps some of you made an offer of love, or somebody came to you with something and it was rejected. There could be some potential triangulation even with the Three Cups that are spilled. I find it interesting that they're spilling blood, because we have this Knight of Swords here that's, got the well, a sword cuts, right? Taking some hits too. The Knight of Swords has got quite a few scratches and scars, and that's interesting. Okay, Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. We need to get some clarification. I'm feeling the Hermetic is the answer, is where we need to go. So we're going to go into the Hermetic for some clarification for you, Scorpio. This doesn't have to be love, obviously. Some of you, it could have something to do with an ambition of any kind. Like I said, the Devil's all about anything to do with the physical 3D world, in a sense. So if it's riches, if it's power, if it's influence, if it, you take it as it resonates, Scorpio. I'm not exactly sure just yet. I don't know if your particular behavior is represented there, if that's something that was done to you. But we're kicking off the clarification of the Prince of Swords or Knight of Swords with the Ace of Swords, Lord of the Root of the Powers of the Air. So there is some form of clear communication, sort of revealing a truth here, right? Yeah. All right, we'll just keep it moving. What else? What else does Scorpio need to know? What else does Scorpio need to know about the Prince of Swords? I'll do 3 more shuffles here. Nothing pops. 2 and 1. All right. We've also got the King of Wands, Prince of the Chariot of Fire. King of Wands being very, very persistent and consistent in the face of adversity or setbacks, a master of passion. And we've got the Judgment card, the Last Judgment, the Spirit of Primal Fire. Wow. Major powers there. And then we have the King of Swords, Prince of the Chariot of the Winds. The Prince of Swords is the one that does not, that operates in rationality and impartiality and logic and reason, mastery over communication and of thought, right? I feel for some of you, there was this feels like a test, because we had a truth revealed, and then we have these 2 kings represented, air and fire, both masculine energies. One is a persistence, in holding fast to something that you're pursuing. The other is one of logic and reason and tact and skill, and not letting any of the emotional attributes obfuscate their wisdom, right? So something was made true, and I think you have sort of 2 different energies of how you might react. And this Judgment card is like the final boss of the tarot. This is really like it's implicating a major test in like how you would handle a situation, and because it's the end of a major cycle in life, like a big cycle. And I mean, honestly, it depends on people's paths, but we only have so many of those in a lifetime, in a given lifetime. So I don't know exactly yet how this fared, but we'll find out. Air and fire are both masculine energies in the traditional sense. So, and then we have kings as well. So this is strong masculine energies here. As is the prince, of course. The prince is a masculine energy. So the Prince of Swords. So this has to do with a clear masculine energy, and seeing the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, again, masculine energy. There's masculine energy all over this thing. But we need to find out what's up with this Five of Cups. So let's get some clarification on that. Having the 2 kings there is interesting. There could have been some form of triangulation And then with the 3 cups spilt, there's implications of that as well. Okay, I have reversals in this deck, and I don't typically, I actually take great care to not reverse them, but I must have reversed them at some point. I feel like I need to read reversals today. I do. Yeah, some form of triangulation, I suppose. And again, it could be, it doesn't have to necessarily be about love, right? It could be careers and things too. If you have 2 people scouting your talent, or you're scouting somebody's talent, you know what I mean? There's many ways to divide this up. So bear in mind the tarot is really a deck of mirrors and energies. So if I'm dancing around your narrative, take it as it resonates. Of course, you don't have to try to make things fit. This reading may or may not be for you, but bear in mind if I'm getting into a specific linguistic mode, maybe it is what it is, right? Okay. So regarding the 5 of Cups, we had the Ace of Cups reversed. Ace of Cups reversed popped out. So there was... Oh, excuse me. We are clarifying the Devil. See, I just misspoke. That makes a lot more sense. Ace of Cups reversed. There was something very not genuine about this on somebody's part. That's interesting. I don't know how many reversals are in here, by the way. I have no idea. So I guess we'll find out. So somebody appeared, it's interesting, appeared as like an angel of light, you know, like the devil in the traditional biblical sense, appears as an angel of light to deceive, right? Okay, that's interesting. So this grand offer of an emotional cup was deceptive in some way, or not genuine in some way. Okay, we have the 3 of Swords, Lord of Sorrow. Yes, indeed. It's that card of heartbreak and heartache and disappointment and pain and setback. And like I said, we had those 3 cups spilled. We've got the 3 swords here. When we see 3s, it's about collaborative energy, or sometimes triangulated energy, right? So we got something funny going on. Let's get one more card, please, for my Scorpios. Okay. All right, one more shuffle here. All right, Scorpio. And then we have the 5 of Swords, Lord of Defeat. There's a big fallout here, which makes sense. This 5 of Cups, it's like there was a huge fallout. A big argument, a big blow up, you know. Goodness. Okay. Oh, well, before I get too far carried away here. Yeah, underlying energy is the King of Cups, Prince of the Chariot of the Waters. Here's our first cup character, Scorpio. And your sign is on it, by the way. Libra is also on there, but your Scorpio sign is on there. I feel like this is sort of the energy that you... this is the first time you're sort of showing up, Scorpio, in a sense. Underlying the deck. I kind of feel like... That's 3 kings, too. This is nothing but... So far, this is nothing but masculine energy. And it's funny because I was watching an episode of... It's the Leo King on YouTube. Go check him out if you'd like. He's an astrologer primarily. His most recent... It just came out yesterday. I haven't even finished it yet. But the Spiritual Daddy thing, they talk astrology a lot. And one thing that was really interesting right now is basically all masculine signs, all masculine planets are literally, they're all retrograde except for Mars. And Mars has already begun its slowdown and is about to go retro again. The feminine energies are just hauling. Like the feminine energies are just going straight ahead. All of the masculine energy is going into retro. Okay, so that is to say there's a lot of funky I think there's another round of like masculine shadow that's being approached at this time, Scorpio. So there's a big It's intense, and I'm not an astrologer. I know very little at this point, but it is something that I'm going to very much get into because it's key for understanding and integrating tarot, but it's also key for understanding and really like refining your understanding of how much free will you have versus like determinism and those sorts of things. So if you're the type of person that likes to dive into these philosophical ideas and you like to deep dive, I think astrology is great for that because it really presents a lot of energy suggesting we have less free will than we think. I feel I've been all over the map on that one personally. And it's always changing for me because I'm always learning. So I don't really know what to say about that. But I do, to get back to your reading, Scorpio, thanks for being patient with me. I feel that this energy, there's a lot of masculine energy within this whole thing. So that's 3 of the 4 kings too. That's really interesting to me. And we all have masculine and energy and feminine energies within us, of course. So take it as it resonates. Your gender, your orientations, and all that are certainly very relevant in your own life, of course. But with this reading, you have a little bit of flexibility. Okay. Again, take it as it resonates. Don't shoehorn it in, but it could be lots of things. Again, I feel like for some of you it definitely is something to do with careers and ambitions in that sense, because that masculine, we all have it. Like I said, you may have had an ambitious drive towards something that is it's so far hasn't worked out, and I don't know why that is. Let's continue. Let's get some clarification on the 5 of Cups. Thank you for being patient with me, Scorpio. Like I said, first up, it's a double-edged sword. I guess it's wonderful that I thought of you first, but the downside is you get the cobwebs shaken off. I read water signs first in the week too, so you know the little reprieve that I take is just what it is. Okay, friends, let's get right into it here with the 5 of Cups. What does Scorpio need to know about this 5 of Cups? I'll do one more shuffle here. All right. Regarding the 5 of Cups, we have the Ten of Swords reversed. Ten of Swords reversed. This isn't finished yet. It's not, why is it not finished yet? We have the Empress reversed. Daughter of the Mighty Ones reversed. And we have the 5 of Wands reversed, Lord of Strife. Okay, underlying the deck is the Lovers reversed. That is a lot of reversals. Yeah, no, I have upright cards here. Yeah, it's reversals. We're going with it. I alluded to the idea of deception with that Ace of Cups reversed over the Devil. Having the Lovers reversed here is very interesting to me. This is probably... this situation is more of a karmic situation than like a soulmate situation. Okay, take it as it resonates. Those of you that are interested, if this is a love reading for you, it's like you've either got a false twin or you've got a karmic situation here. I feel like at this time especially, we are in Virgo season, and then a whole bunch of other astrological things I can't convey to you because I'm an amateur. I'd be parroting things, and I'm attempting to. There is a desire for there's really a call to expect more. In other words, if you have... what this is saying to me is like you have your blinders on about this. There's something where you're insisting. There's a lot of masculine energy. It's all been upright. Here's our first feminine energy. It's the Empress, and she's reversed. And you're holding on to something. You're holding on to something. You're insisting on something because you've got an idea in your head. That Ace of Wands, that new passion. It's like you've got an idea in your head that this person is meant to be your person, or this situation, this job, whatever it is. This is feeling very much like a love reading to me, though. So I guess we're going there. Some of you have a feminine in mind that you feel like is an empress. It's like, she's my empress. But no. No, she probably isn't your empress. Look at all this pain, look at all the sorrow that's here, right? And your persistence, the devil energy is that holding on, that, you're holding on to something that really wasn't meant to be held on to. The Ten of Swords reversed. It's not over yet. And it's not over yet because I feel like some of you really have a dilemma on your hands, in that with the Judgment card here, and the truth, it's like you actually know the truth. Deep in your heart, I think you know this. You know this. And I've done it. I did it. Okay? I've done it. I know what this is. I've been here. I've been there. Trust me. It's not over yet, even though you know it should be over. You've got this. There's, yeah. You know. Five of Wands, Lord of Strife, reversed. That's interesting. Well, okay, so fives are about change, primarily. About different changes, different circumstances leading to change. And its reversal is your refusal to acknowledge, like you're resisting the change. The Five of Swords is upright, the Five of Cups is upright, but the Five of Wands, which is your passion, is reversed. When it's upright, the Five Wands, it's like five ideas or 5 points of passion that are in conflict with one another. It's like being unable to move forward because you have too many irons in the fire or too many distractions, or it could be that you and other people have conflicting ideas and you can't move forward, right? It's a card of different energies, right? And something's got to change in order to get past that. The Six of Wands is victory, right? So it's overcoming this. The way that it is inverted, it's like you are refusing to acknowledge the other points of passion that are conflicting with yours. I mean, I'm sorry, tough love here. She's not. Those of you, again, I'm sorry. I don't think she's that into you, bro. Now the problem is somebody, false empress, right? She doesn't have the mastery of her respective feminine energies, and one of those is the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords will tell you. The Queen of Swords will tell you how it is. She will take that sword and communicate clearly, even if it hurts. She'll cut a head off. In fact, in the Hermetic, I mean, she's holding a severed head. She will. It's a clear message, kind of a Kalima energy in that card, and that is not here. There's some timidity. There's a lack of emotional maturity. There's a lack of it's emotional maturity and it's clear communication. Earth, I feel like Earth and Fire are sort of more upright. And Earth upright is that is an Empress energy. Empress is an earthly, a very earthly card. So I feel like Earth and Fire are upright. In other words, the person appears put together, and obviously very attractive to you. But because of that, there's something about the 3D and the put togetherness of it that is, it's very upright. But the other two elements, the unseen, is sort of out of balance still, and I don't think you're seeing that. Because if she was a true Empress, I think she'd release you. All right, that's some tough love, and I'm sorry, Scorpio. I know that's not an easy thing to hear. We have 2 cards that come out so far. Interesting. I love it. Okay. We had the King of Swords come out. So King of Swords was on the bottom of the deck earlier. Remember that. We saw that. The King of Swords is here again. This is your potential outcome, Scorpio. These are all choices you can make. Again, we have parameters in which we make our choices. We're co-creators of our reality. Take it as it resonates, but I feel like there's an energy of logic and reason here, and understanding, not letting the emotions and passions get in the way of seeing what is, okay? And it's important. That opportunity to really see it, understand it, and communicate it are there for you. We have strength. This is a really cool strength card. So this is that kind of dovetails with that King of Wands energy, I feel. The strength card is that boldness in the material world, you know. Traditionally, she's got mastery over that lion with her gentle demeanor, you know. This one's showing up a little more sassy, you know. She's got 2 angry lions there, but she's not as gentle. You can see she's got some, you know, kind of got the hip out and the attitude. Okay, some of that feminine fire that us gentlemen love, of course. But look at the lions. They're roaring and snarling. This is not the same energy as a traditional strength card. It's also fire, of course, but that energy of like aggressive truth, that Queen of Swords that I alluded to earlier, it feels like it's in there. And then we've got the 8 of Pentacles. This is all about focusing on your craftsmanship, your skills, what you do for a living, what you love to do. What do you do in the material world? Either for money or for what you love, or for both, ideally, if you're, you know, it's worth pursuing. I'm not there yet, but, you know, we try. Anyway, what is it? I feel like this is a call for you to really understand that the self-development is key in these situations. And I feel like that's what's being shown here. This 8 of Pentacles may be the key to obtaining these other energies of like the boldness in the external world and the ability to see things and perceive things clearly is by working on yourself. There's a call to some personal investment, and that's good for everybody at all times. So I hope I don't feel like I'm being too rough on you here, but the cards are saying what they're saying, so we got to go there. 2 of Swords is the underlying energy. This one is very interesting. I'll give you a minute to look at that. There's that staircase beyond the guard there. The guard's got their 2 swords. The person is sort of divided in 2 a little bit with that skull in the middle. You see that? There's it's a revealing energy. It's really a revealing energy, seeing that sort of that skeleton in between. You're not going to get where you want to go by charging forward. You know, if you want to get up here to this place, there may be a different means of going about that, a different way to get there. This place may be illusory. You know, and in the case of relationships, I alluded to this earlier. I had sort of that situation, right, where I was pining after somebody that wasn't meant for me, and when I finally was able to release it, it was judgment. It was literally judgment. Like the final boss was this situation, because it got me out of a holding pattern in my life that was very stale and stagnant, very, very, very much so. It gave me the courage to move forward, you know? It's like I could really see a lot of elements here of my own personal journey in the past. And what I find so fascinating about it is like I finally was able to release it. And again, one of the keys to releasing it was 8 of Pentacles. Truly, it was this YouTube channel that really was a catalyst to releasing the energy. In so doing, without trying to, I wound up meeting somebody through YouTube of all places, and we hit it off, and it's like that the things that I found appealing of the other person were kind of contained. It came in a different package, and there was so much more that came with it too, that I was well unaware of the fact that I would even be desirous of it. It wound up being such a perfectly harmonious union, and I hate using the word union. It's like union and soulmate and all blah. No, I mean, well, yeah, but no. Like, God, that language is just annoying. But anyway, so I got a girlfriend. That's what I'm trying to say, and she's brilliant. Brilliant. I couldn't have asked for a more wonderful and compatible person, but I had to release something first. And so if you're holding on to something, a girl, excuse me for saying girl, woman, whatever, a woman, a man, anything else in between, whatever it is that you're into, if there's an individual that you are pining for and it's not happening, it's really, really key to release it so that you have the opportunity to meet that person that's meant to step into your life. Okay? Very, very important. And if you are of a masculine persuasion, this reading seems to be coming that way, like, or appearing that way. And you could be a woman with a strong masculine persuasion, and this still applies, but it's like, to release the individual is the only way you're going to make space for the new individual. Okay? I'm going to take 3 Lenormand cards for you. We'll do a quick little spread at the end here, and then I will send you on your way, Scorpio. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, if this is resonating with you and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, of course. If you liked it, hit the like button, please. It helps the channel. It helps me know that this is benefiting people. You know, I only have a couple of signs that are really hitting the like button and actually viewing a lot. So if you're one of the people in this camp, in Scorpio land, that likes my videos, please hit the like button. It encourages me to keep going. So with that, let's get right into it. We're kicking it off with the Sun card. This Sun card is kind of like the Sun card in the tarot. This is a beautiful, happy energy. There are happy times ahead for you, my friends. This is a card of community. This is the garden, and it has to do with communities and collaborative efforts and what you bring to the public square. And we've got the cross. This is a burden. This is about burdens and ideologies and, well, primarily burdens, okay? It's your cross to bear. I'm going to do a 5-card spread for you. That's am I going to do a 5-card spread for you? I'm not. You have to choose. This isn't normal to do, the underlying. You have the coffin underneath here. This is a box. This is a box that restricts. This is obviously a death thing too. So Scorpio, your tarot card is death, right? But there's a call to get out of this box, and I feel like this is the thing. You've got, on one side, you have a burden. On the other side, you've got the sun. We've got the community in the center. I feel like many of you are trying to decide between choosing, almost between choosing your own personal happiness or choosing to appease the community. And something about appeasing the community is a burden to you. This is a community card, not the paths card. The paths card is about making a choice. You know, but their way that through this gate, there's kind of a circle there, right? It is almost implying paths in a lot of ways. So I am breaking the rules again of Lenormand. How dare I do such a thing and break convention, right? But I'm not going to be burdened by convention. I think you have a choice, and I think it is really like, are you going to choose to stand up for yourself or prioritize your own self? Your own happiness, your own joy, or are you going to sacrifice yourself for the community? The Strength card that we had in your outcome is very much a card of individualistic empowerment. It is the 8th card of the major arcana, and 8s are about individual power. We have the 8 of Pentacles here, which is a card of empowering your own material world. One of the hits I have for you, Scorpio, is that this community is the spiritual community that you're in. I won't tell you, I'm not saying that your community is wrong or that your community is bad or that they don't have it right or any of those kinds of things. I'm not going to do that. The spiritual community at large is a massive tent growing every day with a lot of people who are waking up to the fact that they have to learn how to deal with their shit, right? Our shortcomings. We have to be honest about them, learn to integrate and process it and release it. And effectively, it's a quest for taking responsibility for our mental health in many ways. It's all integrated. And I feel like something about this, there's something within a group of people that you're with that you're not really vibing with something, and it's a conflict for you. Scorpio, I almost kind of feel like with the King of Swords there, you're going to learn to find your voice in this community, and it's going to be one of those circumstances that it's like it's a big level up. The Judgment card, what we looked at earlier, we have potential energies here. It's like one side of this reading was very empowering, very bold, very really stepping into your masculine power, and the other is sort of the reverse of that. And I feel like you just have a choice here. On a more broad level, I feel like that's the gist of this message more so than the whole relationship thing. Is like, are you going to stand in your authenticity in your surroundings and stand on your own truth and communicate your own truth? Or are you going to go with the flow and sort of dilute in some way? This community could be your spiritual community for some of you. It could be your workplace. It could be a social club. It could be your family members. It could be a lot of things. Take it as it resonates. For someone specific, I feel like it's your spiritual community, and there's something about it that you really don't agree with that you need to make a stand on. And in quite literal sense, for some of you, you may be in a Christian church and maybe there's things starting to happen. And if so, I can understand that. I've been there. So, Scorpio, best of luck with this energy. I hope you have a beautiful week. I don't think this is going to be something that wraps up in a week. It feels like a longer process, especially those of you, if it's something to do with church and a conflict within it, feel free to hit me up. Okay, I've been there. Matt on Life Tarot. I'm on Instagram as Matt on Life Tarot as well. Feel free to send a DM, whatever. I've been there. So, and even if it's just for something else, it's fine. You can slide into my DMs. Okay. Thank you so much, Scorpio. I hope to see you next time. Take care. Have a beautiful week, and stand in your power. This is so much about bringing some balance and healing to your masculine. So, best of luck with it. See you next time.